Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Jones from the Universal Battle Zone. I'm here with Izzy from Bar Breakdown and my man Red Out, and we're going to break down the bars for the first round of the Lyrical Monsters tournament. A lot of our boys have been waiting for this moment to hear what the judgments were. Unfortunately, I do want to shout out my man E. Browning, but because of personal reasons, he wasn't able to show up here, but we still have his picks for you guys. So that'll be 4 different sets of picks for the first round of the Lyrical Monsters tournament. And this is it. We're going to get right into it. First battle, we had A.S.H.E.B.I.M versus Skoog-C. So what I'm going to do right now is I'll go through what I had, and then we'll pass the mic over to Izzy. He's going to give you his breakdown. And then last but not least, we have our man Red Out. He's going to tell you what he thought too. So just with the beginning, A.S.H.E.B.I.M versus Skoog-C. I was really excited for this battle. This was one of the underdog cards, so I was looking forward to seeing what both of these guys have to bring to the table. A lot of the competitions that we've done here in the Universal Battle Zone have been featuring A.S.H.E.B.I.M and Skoog-C. I'm happy to see the growth, and when I saw the submissions, it was a tough call for me, man. I saw A.S.H.E.B.I.M, bringing that angle that he had, like the Eminem vibe. And then I saw what Skoog-C brought to the table. He had that savage look in his eyes. He was like ready to kill. So it was a difficult decision. But, at the end of it, with everything considered, wordplay, schemes, and style, I had to give it up to my man Skoog-C. He brought something heavy, in my opinion. And I just thought that he took it in. So, congratulations just for that, because I do see a lot of talent out there. And, it took me a few times to get through this. So it was a hard pick for me, but I had my man Skoog-C. So we'll pass it over to Izzy. Hey. Who did you have?
Hey, man, first of all, fuck it. I didn't know what A.S.H.E.B.I.M was going to bring to the table until he fucking came to the table, man. And I'm going to say it right now. I'm glad this is the first one we're talking about. His might have been one of my favorite rounds out of everyone that was rapping. Everyone did good. Everyone was fired, but he had this weird charisma. He was dancing like a little TikTok dancer. You know what I'm saying? And he was snapping. He said something about this guy's fucking chickens. He's choking with the shoelace. And he said, Skoog-C's IQ, stupid fuck. I'm like, some of it didn't make sense, but just the way he was delivering it and he was rapping with it too, I thought it was very fun. It was very cool. But then on the flip side, you had Skoog-C. He was good. I wish his mic was a little bit louder, but he had some stuff. What he said? You look like you're between the thighs, pussy. The other one that caught me said, you look like you need someone to talk to, give you the walkthrough. Then he said something about you look like someone opened up the door and caught you masturbating or something like that. Or I forgot what it was. But I thought that was fucking dope. It was hard to hear him a little bit, but he had a couple things that were in there. But I'm going to give it to Ashton. I think that if this guy keeps doing what he's doing, it's not heavy bars. It's more of the performance and delivery, and he is snapping too here and there. I like it. It was different. I like people who are unorthodox like that, so I'm giving it to Ashton.
I agree with that. And I just wanted to say, I did see A.S.H.E.B.I.M. If you're watching this, man, like I see the growth, I see the moves that you're making. Keep working, man. This does not discredit what you've been doing, and honestly, I do support you in every way, man. So. Now we'll get to see what Red Out's got to say about that too.
All right, with this one for me, man, it really could have went either way. It was really hard for me to judge this one. Like I feel that Skoog-C had the cleaner round. Like he has the better delivery. He definitely seems in a sense like more of a vet on a beat. I'll give him that, but he wasn't really saying much to me. He only had like the one hard line where he's like, you look like you were jerking off and someone caught you, Like,
that was the line I was talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny ass line. He's funny. His delivery's funny. Everything's funny. But I just feel like A.S.H.E.B.I.M was swinging from the get-go. I would have liked him to be as clean as Skoog-C. Like, that's all he needs to do is clean it up. Like there's some verses where you can't really understand him a little bit. But other than that, he had too much content, too much like punches, too much different schemes. He was funny. The whole the scheme with everybody on the card, how he called everyone out on the card.
That too, yeah. That was good.
And even though like there was parts that weren't that like clear to me, his flow was just like amazing the whole way through. So my pick goes to A.S.H.E.B.I.M. So I guess it's up to E Browning, like whatever E
What
Browning
he
has
got?
to say.
All right, so the final pick for each. So we got myself, Skoog-C, we got Izzy, A.S.H.E.B.I.M, and we got Red Out with A.S.H.E.B.I.M, and then Evan Brownie's pick for that one was also A.S.H.E.B.I.M. So congratulations, A.S.H.E.B.I.M. You're moving on to the next round.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate both of you battlers. You guys brought something to the table. And, you know, keep working, man, because we always support you no matter what. So that was a great battle. Thanks, boys, for
shout out to both of them, man. They
Yeah.
definitely definitely undercards, but they brought it, man. They were good.
No, 100%. And the next battle outside of A.S.H.E.B.I.M and Skoog-C in the blue division was, I'm just referencing my notes here, Stigma and CDot. So as far as Stigma and CDot goes, again, this is another one that I watched a few times. I was very impressed with what I saw from both battlers. I saw Stigma, he bring that style. He had like he was shouting out Slaughterhouse. He had like this vibe going right from the get-go. And then, with CDot, obviously, with some noticeable bars, like noticeable wordplay. But at the end of it all, in my personal opinion, after looking at all of the different points with the scorecard, I gave it up to my man Stigma. He brought like a heavy vibe to the table. Understandably, maybe it wasn't as prepared as, because he did mention that in the comments that it was like half a freestyle or something. I caught that somewhere. And the only reason that I didn't see, I had CDot the whole time. Like I said, I watched it a few times. I had CDot the whole time, but the only reason being is that it was less performance and it was more lyricism. So, and everybody knows in a battle, it's a combination of both. It's a combination of bringing the lyricism and also being able to bring that energy and bring that performance. So that's why I gave it up to Stigma. Congratulations, bro. You got my vote. And without further ado, man, I'm going to pass it over to Izzy.
Yeah. You said you got Stigma? Yeah. So I was watching Stigma. I felt like, now you cleared the air now, it does make sense. I felt like a lot of it was freestyle, because usually when you do it, if you're trying to think of something, trying to buy time, you're like, motherfucker, fucking, you try to buy that time so you can get the next line. Not saying it was a stumble or anything, but a lot of it was freestyling. So at that point, I felt like you could just connect anything and try to make it sound good. I don't think there was a lot of, at least for me, bars that really stood out for me. But then you got, on the flip side, but he definitely had performance, and I always love I love a warrior, man. I love people that can freestyle. I always fuck with that. But when there's money on the line too, if you're gonna freestyle, connect more dots when you're rapping, And then the other thing was CDot. I'm giving it to CDot. One, he didn't have performance. He was kind of reading off his phone, but he had notable bars, like you said, LGBTQ, put this Glock in your throat, or throat this Glock or something. Like, he had bars in there and he had context behind it. Like, he actually sat down and was like, hey, let me write for this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, oh shit, last minute, let me rap real quick with something I got half written. Oh, that was a bar right there. Shit. Yeah, me personally, I'm gonna give it to CDot. I just like what he brought. If he does go to the next round, I'm gonna say step it up and look at the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, honestly, and shout out to both of these guys.
Fact.
You guys both brought something to the table, and I hope to see you in the future. I hope you guys bring it. So, what do you have, Red Out? What do you got?
Like, these battles are supposed to be hard to judge, yes, but not in this way. Like, it was hard to judge for me because you got one guy that read it off his phone. And I actually thought his performance was pretty good for a guy reading off the phone, and he was like moving around, and he was like, his lyricism was sick. Then you got another guy that's like freestyling. I didn't notice it that much, but yeah, he was freestyling. He mentioned it, and I've seen what Stigma is capable of too. He just had a track of the Titans submission. It was just like, it was a sick track. It was like, honestly, I would put it on my playlist, no problem. But it's like, it was really close because of that aspect. One guy freestyled, the other guy read off his phone. They both kind of came unprepared in that aspect. And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
The time frame might be like small. They might have other battles on the go and stuff. But yeah, in a tournament like this, there is money on the line. On top of that, you're trying to make it to the top, right? You definitely want to come more prepared. I think both these guys are definitely going to come back if they prepare. I would have to give my vote to Stigma, just because I didn't really notice he was freestyling. I mean, yeah, he was saying fuck and all that, but I actually didn't notice that until it was pointed out to me. So I'm just gonna go with him based off of that.
And to be honest, in the beginning, it was like, unless he mentioned it in the comments in the beginning when he went right into it, you know, slaughterhouse vibes, like all that, like he had me, like I was sold at that point. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, I can't wait to see what he was doing. And I feel like he died out in the last half. Like I feel like at the last half of his submission, he died out. It's the thing that stands out to me. And this is why I love this diverse group or this diverse panel, is because what stands out to me is the creativity, the performance, the energy. And then, you know, and then we got the man, Izzy, bar breakdown. You know, it is what it is. You already know. He's going to be looking into your wordplay. He's going to be looking into the schemes, right? So this is a really good thing. Shout out to both of these guys. And then last but not least, we got to go into my man, Evan Browning, what he had. Yeah, so he had Stigma too. So Evan Browning has Stigma too. So shout out to Stigma. You know, you advanced to the next round with those votes being considered. And you know, thank you of course to CDot for coming out, man, to show us what you have. And you know, there's going to be more events, man. Like this isn't it for you. You know, you can definitely put into the next tournament.